Thank you for joining me. This is a demo for Desert Angels for Next Fest. This is a demo version of the game. Content may differ from the full version of the game, and save files may not be compatible. All right, we've been warned. The sun's rising. We should try to be back before nightfall. Seems like a boring story. Okay. I'd rather not be here at all right now. Would you have us turn back? Our water purification system, the machines we worked to fix the village, we can't just abandon them. She gave us a gift. We have to find the generator. At the very least, we have to make sure that it's used properly. What a cold thing to say. Neither of us know how to use it properly. No, never mind, I'm sorry. You've done far more than could be repaid. But I have one more request of you, Perseus. Let me do this on my own, please. This village needs your guidance. You know how the machines work. I'm sure everyone would be more at ease if you were there, in case the remaining machines fail. Alright, do what you need to. By the way, I'm walking into this completely blind. I have no idea what's going on. On the day of Next Fest, I make a large list. I may one day show you what I might take a picture of it and share it with you guys. I'll share it on Discord probably, so you guys can see what my master list looks like because I scribble on it. I am old school. I print it, and then I highlight the games, and they're color coded depending on like if I played it but didn't upload it, or if I played it and upload, like it's color coded. Anyway. So there is a game plan, but I generally download a big chunk of demos the first day. And those demos are the ones that I'm most excited about. I don't want to give you any, I don't want to name names, but that's usually how it works. Okay, Big Boy doesn't jump. He's got a stamina bar. Am I shooting something? Use your weapon. Fire. Oh, so there's more than one type of gun that I need to be watching out for? Yeah, right over here. It looks like the signs I built managed to stay standing. At least this one did. If I remember correctly, the green cloth means that this one points towards the lookout. I don't know if the generator is near there, but maybe it'd be good to see things from there once more. Ah, right, there's also a map that Perseus drew and insisted I take. It's probably a little out of date with how much things have moved, but it's probably still useful. By the way, I do have a Discord. It's fairly new. And it's in the link is in the description of the video. Okay, great. It's been a while since we made this ship, and a while since I've been to all corners of the scrapyard. Why can't I remember where we put everything? I know I shouldn't. I knew I should have taken better notes, so I guess this is better than nothing. Let's see. Looks like one of us drew a few circles on the map. I think all of these areas had something that I remember being significant. They're probably not the generator, but it might be worth looking around those places to see what's there. Okay, so... a pulse gun. I don't know which is better. This is a machine that we built to process fragments into ammunition. It's been a while since I used it. Not long after we built it, we had realized that we could complete the entire process by hand. I think most of the weapons around here still have some power in them. But it's good to know that I can refill them if needed. Okay. Ugh. Yum. Red glowy stuff. There used to be a lot in the past to power the weapon dump here, apparently. That per season I collected most of it a while ago. Maybe there was more of it that was inactive and all the recent disturbances caused it to glow again? Either way, might as well hold on to these. They make a good explosive and can be shaped into ammunition. Be careful, it looks like a large pile over there collapsed recently. How did you... Oh no, she isn't here. She's probably returned to the village by now. But that voice is so strong in my memories that it's like she's right here. And what I said then. Did Fyram move all of this overnight? We can ask her later. Either way, we'll have to clear some of the scrap out of the path. Mind lending me a hand? Sure. We spent so much time cleaning things up, and now all the trash is moved again from the battle. Not that the old path exists anymore anyway. I could blow these piles up. Whoa. It hadn't been that long since I last practiced firing things, but it's easy to forget how powerful the guns are. Probably a very good thing I never had to use one. It's probably a very good thing I've never had to use them before, but they're here and they can be useful now. There's that glowing thing right there. Oop. There we go. So much better. So this weapon is done. Trying to decide which one I like the best. This is more like for delicate work. Oh, I have like a shield around me. Interesting. We don't jump. Interesting. Okay. Kinda stuck. Can you get down, please? Thank you. How do I use this? Do I use this? Hmm. So this is where you're sneaking to all the time. The elders forbade us from entering the junkyard for a reason. You shouldn't underestimate the desert. It will kill you faster than you know. The elders forbid us from going anywhere. The desert hasn't killed me yet. I've come here enough times that I know the route by heart. And you followed me here without any trouble. Gerald, the lives we have are sacred. I know. We have to cherish them so that our ancestors' sacrifices to brave the desert and build our village were not in vain. I know. I'm not going to do anything rash. Crossing the desert by yourself is rash. Isn't it stifling to be stuck in the village when there's so much out here to see and do? All I've got to look forward to back there is watching my family's goats, and I don't think they're particularly fond of me. Please tell me why you keep returning here. What is calling you here, back again and again? Promise you won't tell the elders? Yes, you have my word. There's a nice cliff deep in the junkyard. It's the best place to stargaze that I've found. From there, everything on the ground is so small, and the night swims with countless stars. I wish I could show you, but there's still too much light in the sky, and some sand got into the telescope the other day, and I don't know how to clean it, and I don't want to break it. It still sounds like a place worth seeing. Lead the way. Are you sure? It'll take a while to get there, and coming here to tell me off can't have been a fast walk either. People will definitely worry if you've been gone for hours on end. I was given leave to look for you. They don't need to know the specifics. I want to see this telescope. Let's see if we can get it working again. In truth, I don't recall where I left the generator or anything else from that day. But the way to the cliff and that telescope, those are seared into my mind. It'll be good to visit. Maybe I'll spot something from up there that will jog my memory. Hold on a moment. Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I'm just getting a closer look at the machines right here. So many have similar components, but different structural designs. I wish I knew the intended function of each one. Impossible to know now, of course. I guess I never thought about them that much. You might find this place more interesting than I do. I doubt it. But I shouldn't let myself be distracted too much anyway. You may be able to stay till nightfall, but the elders would worry if I was gone for too long. Ah, right. Sorry. I'm slowly confused. Like, it feels like we're going back in time, like having a flashback, but then I don't know. These are, I forgot what Percy's called them, but she warned me about them. How easily they explode when disturbed. But that might be useful to clear out some of the trash around them? Is that? That looked like a glowing plant, but... Oh, that was being very, very sturdy. Can I kick it into... Okay, the marker I placed is over that way. Somewhere around here there was another weapon. I'm very confused about, like, I'm trying to piece together, like, the timeline and stuff, and it just doesn't make any sense. Oh, that does explode. You... I should have guessed I'd see you here. You've been haunting me. What did you want to ask me? How much do you remember at this point? The times I rambled your ears off? The times I kept asking you about your life? How about that ridiculous little crash landing of mine? Bet that was pretty unusual sight, huh? How could I forget? Even now you remain the ghost of the scrapyard. Okay, at least I gathered up the pieces. Now what do I do? What was that? Did someone knock something over? Can't be Percy's. Who else would come here? Was it curiosity, anxiety? After all, if someone had followed me from the village, that would have been bad. But I couldn't just leave things alone. Found you... Wait, who are you? Ah, what a familiar sound. Where have I heard that before? Ah, that makes sense. You're a human. Oh, your arm. Are you okay? You're more worried about me than your own safety. How strange. But for a human who would journey out here, maybe that's expected? But your arm, you're hurt. I need to get help. Nah, it's fine. I miscalculated how far I was from the ground and ate some dirt with the landing. It looks far, far worse than it is, but it is pretty annoying to fix with one hand. Fix? That arm, does it have wire sticking out of it? Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm no good at repairs. It's all good. Company's just as worthwhile. But if you're really set on helping, mind holding up the bad arm for a bit so I can pop it back on? Sure. Alright, I still have to reconfigure the thing, but I can handle it from here. Thanks. Sure? Something on my face? You're staring. Well, I was wondering, who are you, actually? I don't remember seeing you here before. Did you come from the desert? Before asking a stranger who they are, shouldn't you introduce yourself? Oh, only teasing. The name's Pyram. As for where I'm from, you can say I've been wandering for a while. A while? I can fetch some food and water for you and... Oh, curious indeed. There's no need to worry about me. You saw my arm. Whole body's that way. I am a robot. Is that like a machine? Like the ones around the scrapyard? Probably not. Sure, the material's similar, but I don't think we're much alike beyond that. But enough about me. All this talking and I still don't know your name. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Gerald. I'm from the village of the Mistar. Mistar, not a place I've heard of. I didn't know that there were any humans left out here. Or, if anything, I expected salvage crews, not a single girl. I don't think I met anyone named Gerald before, at least not anyone I remember. It's a nice name. Pleasure to meet you. Weird. Okay, the way they were talking, those were supposed to explode really easy, but I am not getting that. Am I helping myself or am I hurting myself? I don't know. Something on your mind? It's rare for you to stop partway. Perseus, I keep seeing you around here. Or rather, we've come this way so many times that I keep expecting you to be there. Maybe I should have had you come with me. No, I couldn't have. It'd be far too dangerous to use all these guns if you were by my side. Oh, there's a pulse gun. Alright, let's take that real quick. Those are weapons. Hiram? I didn't even notice you there. Did you know how loud those things are? I noticed you coming by more often to shoot them. And all those guns? Practicing? I need to improve my aim for when I'll need it. Those turrets could probably punch a hole in even the biggest machines lying around here. But the small guns? If you're resorting to using them, it's probably too late for you. I know. But Perseus is doing so much work putting together the turrets, defending the village. I can't help her with that, so I have to at least understand these weapons more, make sure I know how to use them, and use them well. I also don't want Perseus to get hurt taking them apart. Ah, that I can understand. And now I'm curious. What? How good is your aim, I wonder? Would you be able to hit this piece of metal from this distance? I don't want to hit you by mistake, Pyram. You're not doing any, you've got nothing to worry about there. Those things. They probably can't even scratch me. Wouldn't you rather I didn't haunt you anymore? What is going on in this weird little story? Look at them standing in a row. Perseus built all of them, and I still don't know how she did it. In the end, we didn't really use them except for practice, even though... Hopefully, this is all we'll ever need them for. Hey, that was pretty good. I should have known. Should have known what? That it wouldn't change how I feel. Whatever that meant. Guessing this way? Look, some of these parts still flicker with light. Is that good? It means it's still operational, barely. It means that there might be other pieces in the desert that could be salvaged, functional enough to be turned into something new. Huh, didn't even consider that. You're always able to see what I couldn't. I'm really weirded out by this story. I don't know why. Maybe because it keeps going to like a past. But is it the past? I don't know. I really like the art style. I find that fun. Yeah, I'm just not sure what's going on. What keeps bringing you to this junkyard? Doesn't look like you're here for work. The birds live around here. I like to watch them, and the stars, which shine the brightest here. Mind telling me about them? Huh? The stars, the birds. After I make sure my arm isn't gonna fall off again. Oh, if you're interested, gladly. I don't usually have much time to talk about them. Oh, but you've been outside the desert, right? I'm not sure it'd be as interesting as anything out there. Curious indeed. You're a strange human, Gerald. But you shouldn't worry about what I've seen. I'm certain that anything you have to say will be interesting. Is the robot flirting with us? I mean, that's fine. The sprinting is really annoying. That is some really big bones down there. An ancient gun. Interesting. Oh, goodness. This weapon was probably really good at killing people, but not items. Okay, fair enough. Well, that didn't particularly help me as much as I was hoping it would. Nope, there we go. Oh, I'm nowhere near I need to be. Okay, back up. Oh, was it here? Oops. No, I'm still nowhere. Oh, over this way? Huh, that's pretty high up. I guess you can see why you come here to stargaze. There's a telescope at the top too. Percy's fixed it up for me recently. Um, You can use it if you want, though I don't know if it would actually be useful for you. It's all good. I can see the stars from here already. Do you have a favorite? Favorite? Oh, a star? To be honest, I can't even tell half of them apart on a good day. Oh, but I can recognize the patterns they form a lot easier. I guess if I had to choose, one of these would be my favorite. Can you see the cluster of stars there? The ones that look like a three-armed cactus? Three-armed cactus? How'd you come up with that? Well, that's what it looks like. See? There's that brighter patch of night sky underneath. That's the sand and the arms, and the brightest star at the top is the flower. I don't think cacti even grow around here. They grow near our oasis, but I guess it might not make sense if you've never seen one. Let me think of a better way to describe it. Wait, I think I see it there. Yes. Now, if you look to the right a little, there's another pattern that looks like a sea of swords, a city in the sky, and a nest of dragons. You're being too modest when you say you aren't a good storyteller. Though I think you're the first person I heard describe dragons as having 4 pair of legs. Oh, no, I just stolen ideas from all the older books. I'm not even sure I'm remembering them right. I never was that good at reading. It's embarrassing, but I used to think all books were records of things that had actually happened. Percy's was the one that told me that some stories are just made up. I could have gone my whole life thinking there used to be floating fortresses among the stars. There weren't floating fortresses that I could see, but it was much too bright to be certain, overwhelmingly so, even for me. You traveled up there? What was it like? Beyond the brightness? Hot. Too hot for a human to withstand, I think. I learned that I like the stars much better from afar than up close. Sorry if that wasn't the romantic description you were hoping for. Some places are just like that. They promise you a pretty picture and are a lot less impressive once you get there. But there's also the opposite, places that I expected nothing from and were enchanting. Like this scrapyard. Really? How so? It's all pretty advanced tech that's been dumped here compared to the wasteland around it. Makes you wonder what kind of person or civilization was here to abandon it all, huh? You always come here by yourself? I used to, but these days Perseus comes along too, sometimes. Ah, the other visitor. She never sticks around long, though. She's the daughter of our village leader. People kind of assume she'll end up leading the village too, so she's always been busy. But she said that she's interested in the machines here. She thinks we might be able to rebuild them to use in the village. It's true that there are a lot of parts and materials here. She shared her ideas with me, but I'm not sure I understand them in full, really. It's probably better to talk to her about them. I would hate to explain anything wrong. Reminisce about times gone by. So this is where that old pot went. All this effort sneaking it out of the house, and I only ended up using it once. Hey there, sorry I'm late. I lost track of time. Smells good. What are you doing? Making soup. Percy's and I converted some scrap into a little stove recently. I figured I might as well use it since I'm planning on spending the whole day up here. Of course, Percy's did most of the work. Don't worry, I double-checked everything to make sure it won't explode or anything. I probably would not have considered that a possibility if you hadn't brought it up. Anyway, you should join me once this is done cooking. Let's see, I think I have enough bowls. Wait, do you eat? I can, but I don't need to. Probably. I enjoy a lot of different food when I stop by places humans gather, but it's been a while. I haven't really thought about it much. Well, I'm not sure this will compare to all the things you've tried, but I like to think I'm pretty good at cooking. Oh, I also have some bread and milk we brought here from the village, if the soup isn't to your taste. Is it really all right for me to take some? You need the food more than me. Don't worry about it. I made sure to bring enough to share. You didn't consider that I might not be able to eat it? Slip my mind, okay? Your movements, your mannerisms, it's all so much like mine, or any of the other villagers. Nothing like the machines here. So it's easy for me to see you as human, too. I'm sorry if that's insensitive. I mean that you're my friend. It seemed natural to want to share things with you. Well, then I gladly accept. Thanks. This might be a personal question, but were you always a robot? The arm didn't convince you? Well, I saw what I saw, but then I look at you now and I forget. You behave so much like the people I know, I forget that. As much as I love to answer that, I don't know myself. I don't really know who built this body or why, or how my consciousness ended up in it. I think I view the world similarly to humans, and I probably either was human or was built in their image at some point. I see things as you do. I can hear and smell and taste, and I know plenty of human languages I don't remember learning. But I do know that this body is entirely mechanical, what with all the abuse that I put it through. I don't always remember what it takes to keep a human alive, and I've always ignored those limits without consequences. And you've never met another robot like you? None? I'm not going to take myself apart either to figure out how I tick, so that's all I have for now. Okay, I think the soup's ready. Let me let me get you a bowl. Oh, this is wonderful. Thanks, but wonderful? Is it that much better than the other food you tried? I don't really like to compare since there's so much you can't quantify with food, but it's wonderful that you can make it. The stove, the food, all the tools and machines you built for the village. Most of what rests here was made for killing. Everything here was once worthless garbage, and you found a use for them. To uphold a community and to share a meal with friends, that's worth something. Takes a special kind of person to see a scrapyard full of deadly weaponry and decide to make it their little hangout place. I guess it does sound more impressive when you put it that way. It's normal to you, isn't it? I don't know if I would call it normal. To me, this junkyard was always the unknown. None of these machines could have been built with our village's supplies. All of them must have come from somewhere outside. So there must be a place where all of it is so common that people would be okay with abandoning it all in the desert. And you went to see such a place. I want to know what's out there. You know, the village of the Mistar, we don't really get many visitors. Nobody leaves either. My parents lived there their whole lives, and maybe my grandparents did too. And that whole time, their way of life didn't change. My family still raises goats the same way. Arbin learned how to fix up houses the same way his father did. Everyone in the village will live and die in the desert, never knowing that all of this was out here, just a few hours' walks away. But the first villagers, they must have come here from somewhere else, with machines that no longer exist, that not even Perseus understands. You don't talk about the village much. I'm afraid I don't have any other knowledge about it save that you and Perseus, the one who enjoys fixing things, that you both hail from there. If I had come across your ancestors previously, it's hard to tell. Oh, sorry, I guess I could have shared more. It's just boring to me. It's all the same people and every family's done the same thing for generations. But there's you and Perseus. Anyone else you talk with regularly? There's a small band of us that grew up together, I guess, but I never really became friends with any of them, except Perseus. She's I suppose my best friend? I'm not sure she'd say the same. She's always been a born leader. She sees things I couldn't. The elders were all afraid of the scrapyard. They used to tell us never to come here. But she was able to convince them to let her scavenge for parts that could maintain the village's system. And that meant I can come back here without having to sneak out all the time. I owe a lot to her. Sounds like you two care about each other. I'd like to get to know her better. Well, if she wouldn't mind. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. She never spoke of that encounter with you to the rest of the village, after all. We should all talk together like this sometime. I crashed here, so I guess we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for keeping me company. I'll be back soon with another demo.